New Year's resolution is nothing but a fucking lie. You know that, right? We all get into this resolution creating. After a few days, we just give up and we come back to our daily routine. So here I am. I'm going to tell you some observations that I've had in the past few years where I've tried some New Year's resolution and it never worked out. And then I thought how to make it work. And few of these ideas are right here that I'm going to share with you in this video. And before anything else, Happy New Year to you all. Let this 2023 be a super fantastic one for you all. So let's begin with the video. The first point that I want to tell you is 31st of January is not the right time to decide upon your New Year's resolution. You should have already started about 6 months ago as to what are you planning to work upon in terms of improving within yourself. Because then, if it is back in 6 months ago, then you would have worked upon few things, observed, realized if that is really the point that you want to work upon or not. Last moment decisions will never happen. It's all just fake lies. So be straightforward to yourself and plan at least 6 months ahead. So I will tell you now, if you are late, we all are late, by the way, because the fact is you'll see everybody in the gym right now trying to work out, following the herd mentality, but they don't know what the value is after working out. But they don't realize the value of working out and being fit. It is about being proactive. It is about being positive. There are so many other aspects to it. So people will join the gym, and the best person you want to ask is any of the fitness trainers. They will tell you that about the gym is crowded at the moment. This is the first or second week of January. It's all crowded. Let's wait and watch for a couple of weeks later. And what happens? It's just going to be all gone because everybody is going to get back to their regular daily routine, their jobs, their responsibilities and everything of their life. And then it's all gone. So it doesn't make any sense, right? And I'm sure most of us have failed to follow our New Year's resolution, but let's make it a point this time and let's keep it as an excuse so that we can make some improvements. There are ways where you can work on two things at one time. And what I've been practicing for the last 2 years now is when I work out, I listen to podcasts, or when I go for a jog, or when I'm driving, I listen to a podcast. I just put on my headphones and then I listen to either something which I need to learn, where I need to reflect on myself, or I need to listen to something important. So that is when I do that job, because I am really bad at reading. I suck at reading and I tried so many times. And then I started doubting myself. If I can't read, then I think I might be a fucking loser. But listen to audiobooks, put on your headphones and hit the gym. And that 1 hour of time that you're going to use while you're working out on your body, you can also listen and give your mind some good, valuable content. That ways, you'll be saving a lot of time where you're doing two activities at one. On the other hand, I want to tell you that do not try to multitask. This is not multitasking, but this is another way of working two things out, because here your mind is working on learning something new, but on the other hand, your body is working on its fitness goals, right? So work that way out and keep following. And there are lots of benefits to it, which I have realized, because when you are working out, you're mostly listening to the gym music, right? And it does not really make much sense. But when you are listening to something motivating or pushing, I listen to lots of motivating podcasts. I listen to lots of self-development, self-reflecting YouTube channels, which makes me push more at the time when I'm working out. Even, sometimes when I feel a little lazy, it pushes me and I want to do that extra rep, or I want to add that extra plate. That's how it works out for me. Try it out, and I'm telling you it's going to work really well for you. So that is part one, where I said, do two things at one time. Do not try to practice this in any other form now. It's only work out or go for a walk and listen to a podcast. Now, the second point, which is a part of the first point, is work out in the morning. Find yourself some time and really go to the gym or go and do some favorite sport of yours. It has so many benefits that I can't tell you. It's not just the benefit of being fit or getting ripped. It is also about getting more positivity in you. You feel that sense of achievement when you finish that workout for the day. And then you keep improving in life because you have that space while you're working out and while you're listening to a podcast. It just works really well. So work out It's going to help you save a lot of your hospital bills, and it's also going to keep you younger for a longer period of time. Even if you have a perfect body right now and you're not working out, I think you should still hit the gym, because you need to maintain. Working out, going to a gym, lifting weights is a part of maintaining yourself for a long term. Another 10 years down the line, you should not look like 10 years older. You should try to maintain yourself in a way where you look younger than what your age is. That is where all the successful people are moving towards right now. Just tell me if there's any successful person who's not hitting the gym or not playing any sport. You'll not find it, right? So hit the gym, get into fitness, get into some sport, and keep yourself fit, because you don't want to use your hard-earned money for hospital bills and getting into all that trouble and then troubling your entire family. And about working out in the morning, now it has become a habit to me, and whenever I don't go to the gym or when I don't work out, I feel a little more lethargic throughout the day. So even if it is during my rest day, which I will not advise you guys to do, but even during my rest days, I still go to the gym and I do light workouts or just move around and just do some stretchings. But that has really improved my productivity. The kind of activities that I'm into now, I'm more fitter, I feel more fresh throughout the day. Now, while I'm telling you about fitness, the most important part before even you hit the gym is you need to give yourself some real good sleep. I'm not a doctor, I'm not into medicine or anything, but this is just my experience where things have worked out for me. You know, when I was young, me and my friends, we used to be up the whole night and think that we used to feel that it's so cool to be up the entire night because we have more time to live. The reality, which I realized with time, is that's a lie again. And that's what we have been doing for years. But then now, I'm very mindful about my sleep hours, because that is what keeps me up and fresh the entire day, the very next day. So you have to give yourself that good sleep every day, because that is where your body needs to recover for the next day. The energy, your brain needs some rest. You need some good sleep every day. So one thing that I want to suggest you is to get yourself a smartwatch. A smartwatch which only needs to cover two things. One is your sleep hours and your deep sleep minutes. And the other thing is your step counts for the day. I'm telling you, it's going to do a lot of difference. I'm sure you must be wondering that why are you drowsy the entire day? After lunch, you get so sleepy and all that, because you've not had enough sleep. Your body hasn't got any sleep. Don't try to play with nature. Don't try to act smart. Whatever is natural, you need to give it to your body or to your surroundings. Now let's talk about productivity. Okay, so in productivity, when you have to plan the day, I will say you should start your day plan the night before, which is what I've started doing. There has been times when I used to think, okay, in the morning after breakfast and everything, I'll plan the entire day. But what happens is by the time when I finish my plan, half the day is gone. And that does not even make sense. So what I've started doing is I've started planning my day the night before. The night when I have finished my entire activities and I know what all is pending, what all needs to go to the next day, what all has to be taken care of, what is urgent, what is important, and what can be done quickly. So some of these tasks, I'll keep it for the next day. And that is when I go to sleep. And that also gives me a good satisfactory sleep, because now I know, okay, these things I'm going to take care of and not carry it in my dreams, right? So you get to give your body that challenge, which further makes you feel more satisfied after that session of workout. Now, the reality that I want to tell you is whatever is your New Year's resolution, keep it based on yourself. Give whatever targets you want to give it to yourself only, and not keep your expectations towards external factors like I wish I get a BMW or I get an apartment or something like that. But do it in a way where you are giving yourself some challenges and tasks and systematize it. I got to go to the gym because I have had long holidays and I've bloated up and all that. So that'll be very temporary. But if you tell yourself that, okay, I need to hit the gym because I'll get more disciplined, I'll get more fit, I'll feel more energy, I'll feel positivity, and I'll be able to do more actions, that is where you'll be able to have that stronger long-term motivation to hit the gym or do any task. A couple of goals that I gave myself last year, which has kind of worked out really well. One is, of course, exploring myself into filmmaking. But then I put myself into it. I know I'm not that great. I'm not into Hollywood or Bollywood level or anything like that. But I'm a good content creator video maker, I would say, and I can build some good stories. So that is one thing that I challenged myself for while after I quit my job and I gave it my all into this. The other part was learn financial literacy, because whatever I was earning, I was not saving. So I started teaching myself financial literacy, which I checked on YouTube or Instagram, whatever. I mean, I started following some of these guys on Instagram and started doing more study about financial literacy. And I must say that yes, I am quite aware. I know what is right and what is wrong. Although I'm not an expert in finance right now, but I have that basic knowledge of how to maintain myself, what is good and what is bad. I'll tell you what is the biggest benefit that I got. The biggest benefit is, at least now I know, okay, how much do I need and how much do I have and how much do I not have, based on which my stress levels have gone down. Earlier, when I was unaware about what I should have, how much money should I have in my bank, I always used to stress out, thinking, oh, my money is not coming, my money is very less, I don't know if my money is enough or not. And that used to stress me out. It was just ignorance, it was just being not aware about things, and that would just give you extra stress. But right now, I know, okay, some of the amount which needs to come in or hasn't come in or is going to come in will come. And till then, these are the reserves and things are going to be fine. So this part, the financial literacy part, is going to keep you away from stress, trust me. So that is what happened, and that is what helped me a lot this year. So that's how some of your New Year's resolution will really work out well for you if you give it a shot on a long-term basis and not just take it as the spur of the moment where you just decide seeing somebody else and then you feel that, okay, I should also try it. Now, the decision that I took for financial literacy happened because, if you remember, around 2020 and 2021, there were lots of layoffs going on. There was so much instability happening around, and everybody was insecure, and so was I, of course. So that is where I wanted to check myself if I'm doing fine or not, and I wanted to get into learning more about financial literacy. So this is just an example. I'm not saying that you need to do this, but keep it in a list of things. You need to be aware about your finances, where you stand right now. But do not worry and stress out. If you're aware of it, you will know how to get forward and how to move forward, where to put your money, where not to spend your money, things like that. So these were some of the 2 goals that I did in 2022. And I think I am decently in a good situation where I am right now, which worked out for me. And similarly, I'd like to take this forward. The next goal that I have in 2023 is discipline and communication. These are the 2 important things that I need to work upon, because even now, when I'm facing the camera, I have to do a lot of takes. I have to pause. I do a lot of ums and ers, and even my communication needs to improve. I can bet on myself that by next year, 2024, my communication, my presentation skills would be way better than what I am right now. And similarly, even my discipline, where sometimes I succumb to my mood swings, and if there's an important thing that needs to be taken care of and I say, okay, I'm not in a mood right now, maybe let's try it later, things like that, I want to get rid of that and take discipline into matter. But of course, on the other hand, the third thing that I want to give myself is also peace of mind. Now, peace of mind, I want to discuss this with you right now. It is basically that situation, or it is that state of mind, state of life where when you're walking in the nature, you're observing, your mind is so free that you are in the nature, you are observing the trees, the sky, the clouds, the breeze, the wind, everything around you. I'm sure there has been times where you were so stressed that even during vacation, you were not able to enjoy your vacation, right? Because of what work is pending right now, or your team hasn't turned up or something like that. Your targets haven't reached. So those are the things which I want to keep myself away with at certain part of my life. On the other hand, I want to discipline myself where I'm going to do as things are needed to be done. So there is discipline, there is being free. That has to be balanced. You cannot be overproductive throughout your day. Let's say 8 hours you sleep and the rest of the 16 hours you cannot be productive, and you should not even be. Don't burn out. So during your allocated number of hours, be productive. If you need to switch off all your notifications, do that. If you need to move away from all the distractions, please do that. And for that, the next point that I want to tell you is you got to learn to say no. And when I say learn to say no, is not to everything, but learn to say no to all the distractions. And if you feel that your friends are calling you for late nights or parties or something, and you have something important that you need to sort out, that is where discipline comes in. And you got to say no at that time. Because you know what? Your friends who care about you, they will not mind it, and they will understand, and they will support you. They will even say that, yeah, okay, we understand. Do your stuff. If you need any help, you can let me know. Those are the right kind of friends. Those people who will mind and say, yeah, you don't even turn up, you don't care, let's not have you in the group or anything, you'd rather stay away from them, because those are temporary. And that is where you'll realize, once you start saying no to things, you'll have lots of clarity and you'll actually have lots of free time around you. So when you learn to say no, you'll have a lot of time. That's what I wanted to repeat right now. And this is not just by books that I'm saying. This is what I started practicing again last year in 2022. When I started turning down lots of projects which sounded really promising, but it wasn't falling in my domain. Now, there are lots of design projects that I can do. But then now that I've decided to do a very specific set of projects, I'm only accepting projects which are around that domain and not everything. Because what I realized is when I do everything, I end up doing nothing great. And when I start accepting everything, that is when I end up screwing up a lot of other projects, and which finally makes me a mediocre designer or a creative person. So that's where I started saying no. There were some really high budget projects as well, which I turned down because I know the returns were not really well. So assess your things around you, evaluate what is needed, what you need to do, evaluate your priorities, and turn down all the offers, turn down all the distractions, turn down that Netflix that you don't really need to see, but prioritize. And on the other hand, now I want to tell you is the next point is be prepared to say yes. And that is where I say, when you get opportunities around you, you have to be prepared. You know, when you are working on yourself, there will be so many opportunities that will come around. The industry is changing. We are no more in that classic state of professions like the successful ones like engineer, doctor, IAS, IPS, or any of these. But there are new professions that are coming on. There are newer professions of new professions as well coming up, where you'll have newer kind of opportunities. So you need to be prepared for that. So be ready to accept and say yes to those new opportunities which fall around your domain, your skill sets. There will be so many. So for that, what you need to do is two things. One is to keep learning and developing yourself in your own domain. And the other part is to be prepared, because you might just get an interview right now immediately. Somebody will just call up and you need to be ready with things. So when you do that, you also need to be ready with your work so you can showcase something. If you are a creative professional, and I'm sure if you are watching this video, most of you are creative professionals or into creativity. Even if not, for everybody else, it's a good thing that you prepare your work, that whatever you want to showcase, because mostly for creative people, it's your portfolio, it's your work that you will be showcasing if there's a sudden call for an interview. Now, the thing is, everybody has a portfolio, everybody has a resume. What are you going to do differently is what is going to help you out. One tip that I'll give you is work on a video resume or a video introduction of yourself, because that video file you can upload somewhere and it can go to places where you haven't even thought about. The online community is so huge that you have no idea where your introduction video will go and where it'll spark the light, and somebody will just call up saying that I saw your video last night when you were asleep. Let's have a discussion about some opportunity. And these are the kind of opportunities that I've also been getting, and I've been in that phase. So I'm telling you all this out of my experience. So prepare yourself, be ready to say yes to all the opportunities that is coming up. Try to work it out if there are multiple opportunities, because you are hearing everywhere that this is the time when you need to have multiple sources of income, because there is no security in the market right now. There is no security in your 9-to-5 job as well. You need to have multiple sources of income. And for that, you need to get into multiple sources of work professional engagements, right? So that's where you need to be ready to allocate time for multiple things. I am also doing a lot of multiple things at the moment. There are some professional engagements, some projects, I'm working on my YouTube channel, which is also giving me a lot of different benefits. The channel may not have done so well, but that is where the next point that I want to share with you is about positivity. Now, positivity will definitely happen if you are keeping yourself fit, if you are meditating, if you are keeping yourself in a very good space. So positivity is the thing that you need for creative people. Creative people cannot think creatively if they are not positive. So stay positive. If you are in that pessimist domain, the negative domain, you'll always see things not happening, and you'll always be thinking about, it only happens to me, and I'm the only failure in this world, or those people are always ahead of me, or you'll start blaming everything around you. So if you are positive, you'll see opportunities around you. Okay? There are lots of times when I was turned down, when I was rejected for some project, but I held myself, and that gave me other projects which were meant to be more meaningful for me. So there's always an opportunity around when you're ready to say yes, and when you're ready to say no to things that you don't need. That is where you have that positive state of mind, and you are in control of yourself, and you are able to take up the right decision and decide when you're positive. If you're negative, you'll only see things that you should not do, your failures. All right? So those are some of the points that I wanted to share with you. And the last point, which I want to repeat again, is please give yourself some good sleep, 6 to 8 hours every day. I'm not a doctor, but this is my life experience, and I want to tell you that you should not miss out on this. Whatever age you're in, if you're in your 40s or 50s, you would have already realized about it. But if you are still young, you're in your 20s or 30s, staying up late is not cool. And giving your body that much of stress is not cool. Your body needs rest. Only then things will work out well. So give yourself good rest. If you don't do that, you'll start getting health issues, mental issues, health issues like high blood pressure, or you'll have diabetes or things like that in early stages. Why are so many young people having all these problems right now? It's because of this, because everybody is into that hustle culture where they think that let's hustle, let's work 16 hours, let's break the entire economy, let's do something really disruptive. And then what they do is they forget about their own health. If you don't have your health in hand, you don't have anything else. Crores and crores of money that you'll have in your bank account, but if you're lying in the hospital, is that of any use? I don't think so. So be cautious about giving yourself a good, healthy life. And that is what is going to take care of your entire year or your entire life, I would say. And that's where I'll finish this video. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.